Connecting to who you are at your core is everything. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you really a reminder of this truth, of the depth of who you are, of the power of connecting and going within to connect to that deep core presence of who you are, and how it is going to help you show up in the world in a more powerful way, allowing you to show up with a bigger presence, to own your value, to have confidence in who you are and what you're here to share with the world. And I'm also going to be giving you 5 practices that you can use every day to tap into this because it's so, so important. It influences everything else in your life and in your outside world. I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you. This is my mission on the planet. And so I can't wait to dive in. So take a moment just to give yourself this time and space, if you've shown up here today, to allow yourself to go within, to tune yourself within, to allow what I'm saying to wash over you, to spark something within you. Because when I'm talking about connecting to who you are at your core, obviously it's not something I can tell you how to do because you are you, right? You are the boss of you. You are the CEO of you. You are the knower of you. But I am here to spark something within you, to ignite something that maybe is there presently and maybe is a little bit dormant. But I really do invite you to allow yourself to really take this in and connect it to you and take what you want from this that's going to really apply to you, so that you can show up in the world in the most powerful way possible. So for me, and for the work that I have done with so many clients around the globe, and I say the globe because we're all the same, right? It's like I'm in Canada, and I work with people from all over the world, and we all have the same desire and um, almost need to go within and to connect to that depth of who we are. It's this reconnection or connection if you're not there yet. It's a deep self-knowing. It's a deep knowing of who you are and of your value, and not letting anything else outside of you determine that for you, right? You actually get to know, you do know, you are the only knower of your value, of your worthiness, of your sense of self. It allows a very grounded, solid sense of self when you're really connected to your core. It's, as I mentioned earlier, it's this connection or reconnecting to truth, right? What I'm sharing with you, you know this on a deep level. And I am just reminding you because it's so easy to get pulled outside of ourselves every single day and have so many other things, other people, other experiences influence what happens within us. And my desire is to help you reignite this, re-inspire this, reconnect with this, and make it so important that it is the most important thing for you, because it will give you a deeper sense of worth, a deeper sense of personal power, a deeper sense of self-knowing of who you are, what your innate gifts are, and how you're meant to show up in the world and how you want to show up in the world. So again, as I'm saying this, just tune into yourself and kind of just allow yourself to connect within yourself. Maybe close your eyes if you want. Place a hand on your heart, a hand on your solar plexus. We're going to be talking about the solar plexus and that power center in a minute. But really, it's just take this moment to tune in to you, to your essence, to the you that is not your roles. It's not what you do in the world. It's not anything that is outside of you, right? It actually is only within you. It's this truth within you, this knowing within you, this knowing within you that has been with you on your whole journey of your life, however long that's been. So just taking a moment to give yourself this time, this permission, this space to tune into you. Because what is going to happen when you really get connected to your core, there's going to be a lot of things that show up. So of course, there's going to be this sense of self and this sense of groundedness, all those things I mentioned at the beginning, this confidence, this unshakable, really, knowing of who you are and what you want and what you're here to do. So there's going to be all of this inner stuff that's going to happen that is going to feel so fantastic, because ultimately that's really all there is, right? The external is just going to be a reflection of what's happening within us. And so the more you can really tap into that and feel it, first of all, it's going to feel amazing. You are going to feel so grounded within yourself, so connected to your truth, to what you're all about, to what you will stand for, what you will not stand for, to who gets to be in your experience, who doesn't get to be in your experience. You're going to have the confidence to take bolder actions, right? So whether you're in business, whether you are in a career, whether you are wanting to get out in the world and make a bigger impact, whatever it is for you, you're going to have this confidence to take bigger actions, to make bolder asks, because you are not dependent on what's going to come back to you. You have that confidence and that knowing within yourself. You're also going to trust yourself to make the right decisions, right? There's so many times where we are looking outside of ourselves to figure out what's next or what we should do, or should we do this, right? And it's, again, there's an opportunity to have outside reflection, right? To have outside guidance. Obviously, I'm a fan of that. I'm a coach, but you are the knower, right? Even when I'm coaching people, it's not about me telling them what to do. It's about me helping connect them to themselves so that they know what to do, right? So it's really just you having this ability to go within and trust your knowing about what is right for you without needing someone else to validate that for you. You are going to operate from your highest, best self. And it's the best thing you can do for yourself, because when you operate, and for everybody else, of course, but again, it always comes from you. So when you're operating from your highest, best self, it's not from ego, right? You're not being pulled outside of yourself. You are connecting to what matters to you, what's truthful for you, what feels aligned for you. And it really is this place of higher knowing, the higher version of yourself, this higher way of operating in the world. You are going to feel magnetic, right, within yourself. You're actually going to be vibrating with this really strong power within yourself that will feel magnetic, not diminished, not like you're trying to get approval or trying to get people to come to you, or pulling people, right, or pushing people or opportunities. You are going to be this grounded, solid, let's say, lighthouse that is very magnetic, and people and opportunities are just going to come to you without you having to reach and grab and coerce and prove and all the things, right? All of that is an egoic way of being, and we all have it, right? We all have ego, and it's okay, right? But we actually want to drop out of that. That is outside of yourself. It really is. It's not the truth. It feels like it's inside, it's spinning around in our heads, but it's actually not. It's out, it's pulling you outside of yourself, right? And so when you are in this really grounded place, you are just magnetically drawing people to you in a way that's very graceful. It's very grounded. It's very appealing, actually, to people and opportunities and money and all the things that you want to have come into your life experience. You're going to feel powerful within, right? So that feeling of magnetism, that feeling of power in the best possible way, right? It's not power over, it's power within, and it's showing up in a way that as you are in your power, you allow other people to step into their power as well. You may want to watch my Amp Up Your Personal Power video, or even have a personal power meditation, if that's something you really want to connect to within yourself. I'm going to be taking you through a little mini version at the end of this video. You are going to know what you want in all areas of your life, and you're going to be very clear about who and what gets to be included in your life or invited into your life. So this is huge, right? When you are so grounded in yourself, you are going to you're going to magnetize the right people that align with you, but you're going to be so clear, excuse me, that you're not going to tolerate things maybe or experiences that you maybe have tolerated before, right? When you are really within yourself, it's a new bar that's going to be set, and I'll be talking a little bit about that. You'll be able to more easily weather the ebb. Life is ebb and flow, right? We want to be in flow all the time, and flow feels fantastic. And ideally, you have more flow than ebb, but we are going to have some ebbs. We're going to have some experiences or things that show up that don't feel good for us. And of course, they are an opportunity for us to learn and grow. But when you are grounded and connected to your core, you're going to be able to weather that a lot more easily because, again, you're not going to be pulled outside of yourself in lots of different directions that pull you away from your power. You will create more flow. I guarantee you'll create more flow when you're connected to the depths of who you are. This really, truly is your power. And so, whatever flow that is for you, whether that is just ease in your life, a nice balance, a nice flow, a nice mix of lots of different things, or whether it is business growth, expanding your career potential, expanding your income, expanding your influence. All of this is whatever flow is for you, more travel, more adventure, right? Whatever you, as I'm saying this, tune into yourself. What is your flow? What feels like flow for you? And your intuition is going to spark up and guide you in the right direction. When you're connected deeply within yourself, you're going to turn that channel, you're going to turn it up, right? You're going to turn the volume up on that intuitive guidance that is going to help you move in the right direction, right? We're always looking and wondering if we're going in the right direction. And it's going to allow you to really tune into that really quickly, right? Really in an immediate way. What does my body want right now? Who should I call right now? What action could I take right now to expand my impact? What would open up some energy for me? Whatever it is, right? When you are connected to yourself, that intuitive spark will be lit up, right? And you will feel that. And it feels so, so good to have this inner knowing, not only of yourself, but that as you take actions out in the world, that they are connected back to you, right? It's all about connecting back to you. I'm saying the word right a lot, very aware of that. So I'm going to finish with 5 ways that you can connect daily to your core, to your deepest sense of self, to your power, and really understanding that this is the most valuable thing you can do every single day. It really is. Doesn't have to take a long time. I'm going to give you 5 different things. And yeah, some of them are practices and some of them are more mindset shifts or commitments, right, within yourself. So the first is some version of alignment in the morning. So you can spend a few minutes up to a couple of hours, whatever floats your boat. I did a whole video on morning alignment equals superflow. So you feel free to look at that. I'll put the links to some of these videos that I'm mentioning below in the description. So examples of morning alignment, right? Could be something like exercise, could be meditation, could be journaling, could be just really tuning into yourself. What do I want? Making intentions for the day, reminding yourself of your gifts or what you're really happy about within yourself, what you actually want to share in the world today, whatever it is, but taking the time to make this so important to tune into yourself. And as I say in the video that I did, I would recommend at least 15 minutes of this. You can find it. You will, if you want to, if this is important for you. And you can expand that, right, as much as you want to, right? And so the second thing is sort of a kind of add-on to this, really, because it's that alignment throughout the day. So the second thing really is to pause and check in throughout the day. How connected am I to myself right now? Am I being pulled outside of myself? You'll know, right? You will know. You will know actually by your physical body. If you're sitting in a chair, you'll feel tension, or you'll feel like you're being pulled forward, or your mind will be spinning, or your jaw will be tight if you're being pulled outside of yourself, or if you're being influenced. Being connected to yourself feels very peaceful. You sit back in your chair, right? You're really on the back of your pelvis. You're not leaning in too much. You're just grounded within yourself. Feels very calm, feels very peaceful. There's still lots of things happening around you. You're still responsible for things. All of this is still happening, but you are not influenced by all of that. You are connected to yourself. So just taking a few breaths is the simplest way to do this. And I would recommend sort of the slower breath, box breath, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold out for 4, some version of that, just to really slow yourself down. And as you do that, just sit back in your chair. It's one of the simplest things you can do. Our bodies are amazing at helping us do this. So I'm just giving you a couple little things here. So try the box breath, try sitting back in your seat. And the third thing I'm going to give you around this is even do a little bit of peripheral gazing. So when you are looking, most of us are sitting at computer screens in some form or another throughout the day, or you're in a meeting with someone or whatever you're doing. And just notice when you're really directed on them. Yes, we want to focus on what we're doing and on the people that are in front of us. But when you're really almost tunnel vision focused on them, you'll notice that you're pulling yourself forward and there's tension there. So when you can, a few times a day, try looking in a peripheral way, right? You're still seeing everything that's in front of you. You're still seeing the person, you're still seeing the laptop, you're still seeing whatever it is, but you're not being pulled forward, right? You're actually have a little bit of space and a little bit of softness. So that is really, these are micro moments of choice to be in the highest version of you, to be in the connected version of you, to be in the peaceful part of you. Right? I am such a fan of peace. It's actually one of my soul gifts. But we all want peace on some level. We might like to go, right? I have lots of people that I work with that are like, do lots of stuff in the world, right? They're really great. And they also want a sense of peace, right? And there are other people who just want a sense of peace. But ultimately, we ultimately all want to feel peaceful within ourselves. And this is a choice throughout the day to come back to you. Third thing I'm going to recommend to connect daily is to actually connect to your core. So that is like in your solar plexus, and just notice. I'm going to take you through this just for a little quick version, but I have, as I mentioned earlier, there is a personal power meditation that's in the playlist below, and the meditations, energy techniques. And it's about 7 or 8 minutes, and it's a little bit longer version of this, but I'm going to give you the the 1 minute version right now. So just taking a moment to put your hand on your belly. This is our power center. This is our sense of self, right? There's our heart is a big piece of who we are, and our voice and all these other parts of ourselves and our brain. But the sense of how we show up in the world and how connected we feel to ourselves is in that sort of solar plexus area between your belly button and your sternum. So maybe just put your hands there and take a couple of breaths to expand. Well, first of all, notice how powerful you feel in the moment, or how connected to yourself that you feel. And then just use your breath to imagine that spark of you getting a little bit bigger as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, just let it settle into your cells. So just for a moment, tune into yourself. How powerful do I feel right now? How connected to myself do I feel right now? Or do I feel like I'm being pulled outside of myself? Do I feel powerless? Do I feel influenced by everybody around me in this moment? There's no judgment, but there's a chance to shift in this moment. So placing your hands there, finding a you can think of it as a spark, right? So if you're really in your power, that spark might feel really big. And if you feel really not in your power or not connected to yourself, it might feel tiny, tiny. But it's there. I will guarantee you it's there. You might have to take a moment to find it. But it's this essence of you, this part of you that never goes away, this truth of who you are. And so you just use your breath to imagine that spark getting a bit bigger, or that energy getting bigger. And then you use the exhale just to sort of settle it into your cells. So just try, let's say, 4 breaths right now. So big breath in, expanding that power center. And then as you exhale, just letting it settle. And for some of you, it may be more in your heart, and that's okay, right? So both your heart area and your solar plexus. I've done lots of videos and stuff around this, but just for you, just notice where this is, and just using this breath to allow it to feel lighter, allow it to feel bigger, right? This spark may have a color, right? Maybe yellow, right? It may not be, maybe white. You may not see anything. You may just intuit, or you may just sense that you are connecting to your core. Again, I will take you through it in a lot more detail in in the videos I mentioned, the Amp Up Your Personal Power video, and then there's a personal power meditation. So both of those are great if you want to work on expanding that. Number 4, have a new benchmark, a higher one for everything. I'm just going to leave it at that. You can intuit what that is for you, right? We set the bar. We get to set the bar. We get to choose. So set the bar around everything in your life and allow it to be at a higher level. And then the 5th one really is make this non-negotiable. Your connection to yourself, to your core, to your knowing, to your power is everything. So I'm going to leave it with you with that for now. Just allow that to wash over for you. Know that it will influence everything on the external. But for right now, understanding and really embodying and allowing this truth to be the truth that it is. Your connection to your core is really everything. So happy to have you here on this journey with me. So happy to share this piece, especially. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the beginning, but absolutely my mission here on this planet is to continue to evolve and expand my connection to who I am at my core, and to serve and help other people do the same. And so, as I mentioned, I will put the links below to the videos that I've touched on here today. Love to have you subscribe if you are feeling called to this. And as always, I love any comments. If there's anything that you do want to share around anything that has resonated with you, I'm always happy to hear that and witness that for you. So have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you next Thursday for our next video.